Hey, Bougie Gang. Your lunch is ready. I know lunch is late. I know it seems like supper time, but let me send this link to a friend because we're going to have a friend join us in just a second. Okay, guys, number one, don't be mad. It had to happen this way. Um, it had to happen this way. Number one, okay. Um, do you want the good news is that Shirley's divorced. Shirley got her divorce. She got what she wanted. Everything happened just the way it was supposed to. And sis was happy. Okay. She was smiling. She was happy. And that's the news. Okay. Now, I don't know. Something I did fill out a Rule 22. I really didn't think I needed one because, I don't always fill out a Rule 22 because sometimes I don't need it. Sometimes I'm not broadcasting. There's other people from the YouTube streets that sometimes get footage. And either we talk about it, borrow some or whatever. I don't always need a Rule 22, right? Anyway, I felt like because of what happened on the 16th with Tight Suit, Sean, that I said, maybe I should, right? So I filled one out and I sent it a couple of days ago and I got it back this morning and it was denied. Okay. I looked at it and I realized, so there was two dates and I put the right date for one thing and I put the wrong, and I had the original, I was redoing up a one that I'd done previously. I didn't have a blank. So I did not update the date in one area and I updated in another. And I was thinking maybe that was the reason, but the actual reason, what we came to find out in court, any of you guys who were there, is that, did I send this already? No. Okay, let me send that. What I found out was that Shirley Strawberry's lawyer piped up and said that we don't have a problem with the media being here, but we do not want the media recording. So you can witness, you're welcome to be here, but we would request that they do not record. And the judge stated, okay, and basically said that there was someone who did send a Rule 22 and it was denied. And I want to make sure that everyone is aware that there is to be no recording and that would result in a contempt of court. And we all know what contempt of court can do in Fulton County at Rice Street. And they can keep you for however long they want until you purge yourself. And purging yourself would be maybe apologizing or whatever. I don't know. But sis didn't want any of that smoke. I'm so glad I did not. Something told me once I realized that I was in, she's free. She's free. Um, I'm gonna I'm going to review my notes because literally it just ended. We were on hold for quite some time. There was some, I was unsure of the situation. They keep you holding for so long. I didn't know if we were going to be admitted or not, right? I was starting to feel like, oh God, we're not getting admitted because it was 2:05 before they ever even acknowledged to check people in. So it was supposed to start at 1:45. Mind you, I checked in at like 1:15. So I had been sitting on hold for almost an hour. Nyla was on hold too, and we connected because I was just like, "Girl, are you in?" And she's just like, "No, I'm sitting in the back room waiting." So I'll tell you. Okay, so let me just go based on memory. So finally, around uh, it was 2:05 East Coast time. It goes live, right? And they check everybody in. They said, if you're here to observe, that's fine. Basically, if you're here to observe, there was nothing yet, right? He put everybody in some individual breakout rooms. Then there was probably about another 20 or so minutes for them bringing everybody back in, and basically went through what I just stated. Shirley's lawyer emphatically, or she made a request basically We don't have a problem with anyone observing, but we would like for this to not be recorded. Luckily, I wasn't on live with you guys or anything, so I had to. But Nesto, so as she's asking that, you see a door opening. So this is kind of simultaneously. You see Nesto come in for the original check in. He has his orange suit. He's got shackles. He's doing the shackle shuffle. He's got shackles around his waist and he's walking in. He sits down. He checks in. It was the judge calling him Mr. Strawberry for me. That was kind of funny, but we'll get to that part. He walks in. So then we're on a break for about 20 minutes or so. He comes back in with the shackle shuffle in his jumpsuit or jumpsuit Nesto. Is that better? He comes in with his jumpsuit, his shackles, double shackled, and he sits down. They ask him, does he have any so they basically go through the complaint. I feel like I'm skipping parts. Shirley looked business casual. She had a nice blazer. She had a vertical black and white striped blouse on. She had cute glasses, as she always does. And she looked cute. She looked happy. She looked like I'm getting ready to be free. Okay. Um, and she checked in. Miss Regina Edwards checked in. Did I get her name right? Is it Regina? I always get her name wrong. But Shirley's attorney, she very pretty lady, checked in, and she asked, the judge is talking to her. Well, tell us what the complaint is. The marriage is irretrievably broken, and there's no chance of getting back together. They ask Williams, and they ask him basically, is that are you okay with a divorce? And he said yes. And then I think they asked him, did he have anything he wanted to say? And he said no. Nesto is on some, I'm not saying a word. Okay. Nesto was on some, I'm not saying a word. And I'm okay with the divorce. So Miss Edwards has to swear Shirley in. So she gets Shirley. She gives her a swearing in, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Do you swear or affirm? Shirley did. She answered the question. She's not expecting any babies. She wants to keep her name. The marriage is irretrievably broken. There's no chance of us getting back together. She answered all of the questions that were asked. I think I'll get all of the questions for you. I'll write everything down. I have chicken scratch notes right now, so I'm just kind of going off the dome. I just need to kind of get it all together, and then I can run it back to you guys if you want. Asked Shirley all of those questions. There was some kind of like audio interruption, but that definitely went away. I mean, it was very standard. It was very dry. It was very kind of like basic. Any of you all who've ever had a divorce before, I'm sure probably might be familiar with this process. Uncontested. She waived her right to any alimony as if there was going to be any. He called Nesto Mr. Strawberry a couple of times, which was hilarious. He looked very uncomfortable. Shirley had no audio on her computer, and maybe Debbie wasn't around. If you guys remember last time, there were some issues, and Debbie helped get her straightened out. So maybe Debbie wasn't available or Debbie wasn't there. I'm not really sure. No recording allowed. So as far as pictures, I didn't push that, but no recording. So I'll do my due diligence and walk the path, because I don't suspect the Judge Farmer's probably way too busy to come over here, but there are some people who are concerned with what's going on over here rather than fighting a RICO case. So I'm going to stick with what was told and what was said, and we'll keep it like that. And we can't really tell our right hand what our left hand is doing, or our left hand what our right hand is doing. So you guys understand, right? Mr. Tight Suit, Mr. Investigator, and ma'am are too busy concerned with bloggers who are trying to keep up with what is going on with this couple. Let me tell you something else before I forget. So the judge asked Miss Edwards a question. I can't basically He asks, was Miss Strawberry married to Mr. Williams? And Miss Strawberry says, I believe so. Miss Regina says, I what what appears to have happened is that when Mr. Williams married Miss Strawberry, it's possible, or what we believe is that he was married to someone else at the same time, but subsequently divorced that person, right? But at the time, they may not have been legally married if he was already married to someone else that would have created the bigamy situation. Then she further explains that even though that has removed the impediment, more than likely he's still married to another one of his wives that he did not get a divorce from. So, all of that being said, she's not 100% sure whether she was married or not. The judge says, "Well, would you prefer an annulment?" And basically she opted for the divorce. Um I think that was a better idea anyway. They were out here like a married couple. I would just want some divorce papers, cuz rather than it never existed, I think a decade is a long time, and divorce pay, my that's just my opinion, right? So she did ask those questions. Mr. Williams had no comments. He had nothing to say. He just sat there. He sat there like he was sitting for Judge Manning. Okay. All of that being said, the judge said, I'm going to grant you of divorce. If you deny alimony that is irretrievable, or that's irreversible, excuse me. So you can't, if you deny something, then that's it. They didn't ask him if he wanted alimony. I don't think if you're in jail, you're entitled to that. He wouldn't have had any alimony anyway, but she declined it. They said no marital debts, leave with what you came with. Ma'am says she already has her name. That's what she's going with. It's on some next caller, please. It's on some next caller. So, yes, next gentleman caller come through. Well, but 10 years, 10 years. And this guy has used your name, everything. It's probably cute to say it didn't exist, but it did exist, right? Hi, Nailala. How are you? Let me turn my camera on too.
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Do you
Okay.
have an extra? Okay, I thought it was feedbacking, but it's not. Let me see. Oh, let me move this. So yeah, I was just getting everybody up to speed on the particulars. We were specifically asked, and the hall monitors were present,
Mm-hmm.
um to not broadcast. And as I stated to the audience, I'm not even Judge Farmer, I'm sure, is way too busy to come check and see what we're doing. But there's a couple of people on a very important case that may not have enough to do, that I think are very concerned with what we have going on. So, thus, no video, no audio. I don't know about pictures. Sometimes you're allowed pictures, but they definitely didn't want any recording. So they did
Right.
not say pictures were bad.
They did it.
What what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was pretty adamant about that. That was like a and it seems and it the concept was actually introduced first by Shirley's attorney, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly or whatever. So yeah, which to me means that more than likely our curvy hater
Mhm.
probably told her or got to, you know what I'm saying? But at least he knows as well as everyone else knows that we are media and
Mhm.
we are allowed to at least observe. So,
Exactly.
but he
Citizen
needed a real
journalists.
attorney. He needed a real attorney to let him know.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's probably why my Rule 22 got declined. I mean, there was a mistake on it, but I wasn't really 100% sure. But based on that, and he said that there was someone from the media that did request access to record and it was declined. So that would explain why it was declined. There was obviously some opposition to it being declined, but they couldn't stop the general public from witnessing. So that was
Right.
a good thing.
And that's all
Um,
we did was witness as the general
yeah.
public. Okay. That's what we did.
Right, because our we have audiences that want to be kept up on this topic, you know. So a marriage breaking up after 10 years, a public marriage, the streets wanted to know. Okay, talk to us about I told everybody about how the judge called Nesto Mr. Strawberry. What did you think about that?
Oh
Give us
my
a comment, sis.
I mean, when you are a man and you're in a marriage and you're not the provider, you're going to be you're going to be looked at as a
Ooh,
dependent, and
yes.
you're going to wear her name. I mean, it is
Okay.
what it is.
When your wife doesn't pick up your name, it does put you in jeopardy of being called Mr. your wife's maiden name or your wife's last married name.
Last
I don't
married name.
girl, her last married name, because isn't it Clark? Clark
Yep. Her maiden
is
name
the
is
maiden
Clark.
name.
Mhm.
So Sir had a wife, allegedly, even though he was married to multiple. What's up, Shay?
Hey, girl.
Um, Sir had a wife who was carrying professionally the name of another man.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I mean,
Wow.
like, I
That's
remember
deep.
Kaz and I were talking about that, and he was like, "Well, I kind of get why she kept the strawberry name because it's tied to her brand, her professional name,
Mhm.
and all this kind of stuff." But still, it just, you know what I mean? It's bad because we know who Nesto is, we know exactly what he is and how, he's low down. So it doesn't help. It doesn't
Right.
help that he doesn't, carry his own weight and his own status. If he was a man of honor and he had stuff going on for himself, no one would look down on him for his wife branding herself from her prior name, because it is kind of catchy.
Right.
And
It's
a lot of,
cute.
yeah, it's cute. And divorcees, a lot of times, especially if they have children, don't separate from that name for a long, especially if they until they remarry. But
Right.
became a part of her brand. So
And her daughter's name is Strawberry. So it does, people feel a way about carrying the same name with their kids. She doesn't have a lot of kids, she only has one. But I never really thought about it. I did know her name was Clark, but I never really thought about, oh, yeah, but that's someone else's, that's her other, I mean, but yeah, that's the name of her daughter's father. And you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's what she wanted to do. That's what she wanted to do. That's her business.
yep.
Um, but that was interesting. And that your point is a great point. As him not being a provider and him being a little, him being
A dependent.
a dependent,
Mhm.
that's what happens to dependent ass males who
Homosexual.
homosexuals who live off of their women. And it's a shame. Yeah. Yeah, because Wendy Williams, she kept, yeah, someone saying Wendy Williams. Yeah, Mr. Hunter, she would say every now and again, Wendy Hunter, she was proud of her name, but she was also proud of Wendy Williams. Like, you couldn't really do too much with, yeah, it was Wendy Williams pretty much.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Like, that's what
At all.
happens.
Exactly.
Um, he should feel he shouldn't feel any type of way about that. I think that that's what is to be expected with his type of behavior. Um, okay, so I was telling everybody how I was on pins and needles. No, that should be no surprise if you were here for the last one. They were about 20 minutes late. They came on. You know what I ended up doing? You know how like you click on something, you get distracted, you click on something on your screen. I veered away from my screen 2 times and I just knew I got myself out of the breakout room. I was so
Oh
nervous.
my God.
I was like, "Oh my god, why do I keep doing this to
I was
myself?"
nervous. I just thought that they were gonna block us. And I'm like, oh no,
Girl,
I'm not gonna be there. And I'm gonna tell you what I did. And it's probably because, the Lord is protecting me,
of
right?
course, yes,
I was
absolutely.
downloading
Mhm.
and deleted from StreamYards
Mm.
before the download completed.
You were downloading
I'm
from
not gonna say exactly what I was downloading,
okay.
you know.
Ugh,
And
don't you hate when stuff like that happens?
yes, yes.
'Cause
But
I
I
missed
mean,
the first shuffle.
technically, t
I missed the first shuffle
the
because I was
shuffle was
like,
real, honey. The shuffle was
"Girl,
real. What did you call it? The shackle shuffle?
The Shackle Shuffle. Okay. Girl, he was shackle shuffling. I hate that y'all, I'm glad we were not live because I'm telling you, the ops
Oh
were
yeah.
in effect. People who have to keep their good government job, and no offense to anybody who's got a good government job. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking
Right.
about a very specific few. People who get paid to be the ops, girl. I wouldn't even want that type of job where you're having to call and report housewives who are uh doing their second, third career and doing very well at it. Like
Imagine
why
trying
hate?
to right, imagine stalking and trying to diminish the work of a grandmother. Like why
Okay.
would you I'm somebody's grandmother.
Okay.
You know, like
I have
seriously.
a 13-year-old. I'm a whole mommy.
That's right,
Okay.
you're a mommy.
Yeah. And kids think it's cool that adults do social media. Like their kids are really into it. And when kids meet people that are part of kind of the wave of the future, like we are actually part of their future, even though social media doesn't seem like a big deal to a lot of people because we've all kind of watched it develop. These kids are born into it. So social media doesn't seem like a big deal, but when they meet adults that they see on their TV screen or mom watches, or they're interested in social media as a potential career opportunity, maybe they want to do commentary. Most of these kids don't know that CNN has a building in Atlanta. They just know CNN is in their mom's phone. So they
Right.
see this as social media. Just they don't see anything different between us as somebody on the street. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and it's
um
really not because the thing about I really hate that people who perform media, like such as ourselves, are diminished
mhm,
that way. Social media has put a lot of us in different tax brackets. Even
mhm.
though, everyone doesn't move that way, they don't act like it or whatever, but has put a lot of us in like what like the top 10%.
There's a lot of rich, very rich people
Yeah,
who've done social media. Absolutely. It's
yeah, it's a
it's a
lot
moneymaker.
of
It's a
mhm.
moneymaker, as quiet as it's kept.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so the Mr. Strawberry, Shirley got her divorce. They asked Shirley, was she expecting any children? And she had a little giggle. She said no. She said is the marriage irretrievably broken? Is there opportunity to get back together? She said yes and no. So yes, the marriage is irretrievably broken. No, there's no chance of getting back together.
And she looked
Uh,
amazing.
she looked very refreshed and happy.
Did you see the
Um,
relief? Did you see when the
yes,
judge announced that they were divorced? She looked,
yes.
and what was crazy about that is too bad that it couldn't be recorded and disseminated. But what was awesome about that was her lighting changed and increased.
Isn't it?
Did you? Yes, when in her room wherever she was broadcasting from, her light brightened as the judge said that I was like, "Oh my god, do you see
Look at
what's happening?"
yeah.
Mhm.
Look at just yeah. I think that it just maybe Debbie was on the other side of the computer and opened up the shades or something. She was like, "Girl, let me let some light up in here." But I mean, yes, it was obvious, and she was happy. I think if they had
Right.
had to come back one more time, but I think the fact that Nesto showed up this time was good, and it gave what needed to be given for him to go ahead. Nesto had nothing to say. Can you speak on that a little bit? He always has so much. I mean, he doesn't have a lot to say to Sonya, but he has more to say than he said in this situation. And maybe they told him say nothing because the investigator, the ops were there. Miss Joy, Roberto's boss, was there. I didn't see Roberto, but girl, someone says Nesto shackle shuffle walk of shame. Okay, it was
Yeah.
the shackle shuffle walk of shame. What did you think about the fact that Sir had nothing to say?
He just Nesto is spent. He has got to be dazed and confused. He looked like he was barely there. Uh-oh.
I'm here. You're here. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
trying to fix
Oh,
something so we can I can play that audio.
okay.
Give me tolerate this for like 15 seconds. I'm just trying to fix something so I won't show
Sure.
something
You're
I'm
fine.
not supposed to. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine. No, but Nesto, he just it was like he wasn't there almost.
Mm.
It was like
Yes.
he wasn't there almost. It was almost pitiful because you see Shirley and she looks
Mm.
classy, she looks put together, and
Happy.
it's had to be like an embarrassment for this to have been her husband sitting there in the orange jumpsuit.
Mm.
And like it just they did not match, which they've never matched. And he's always put on a veneer to look as if he was supposed to be with her, but it was awful.
It
It
was
was
jumpsuit Nesto. It was definitely jumpsuit Nesto. And I'm glad she got the closure. I think it's awesome that he showed up. I'm gonna just Um, I feel like it's awesome he showed up. I feel like she deserved to have him face to face on this day for
mhm.
final closure. Like at the end of the day, she got to see, he got to see, he got the closure. Sis is well. She's doing fine. She's happy. You're a bum. You're in your jumpsuit and you're divorced now. You know what I mean? So I felt like it was a good thing. It was a Zoom court, HB5. It was a Zoom court. So anybody could have been there that wanted to be there, I guess. I don't know. Um, there were a few other people from the YouTube street, so I'm sure you'll be hearing their testimony. Houston Foodie was in the house.
Yeah, she was.
um I'm not sure. Wisdom's daughter was there. I don't think I saw anybody else, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe there was just there were less of us than last time.
Yeah, I didn't see
um
the usual folks there. It was Wisdom, Houston Foodie. Houston Foodie, did you have a baby? I think I heard some baby background or something like that. But yeah, that's it.
So yeah, it was good. It was definitely something that y'all would have wanted to see, and I would have been so happy to provide that optic. I'm sure all of us would be happy to provide that for you guys, but Nesto's team, we'll just say, made it counter, they blocked it, put it that way. But we do have something special to share with you guys, okay? So there was court. You guys remember court on the 16th, right? Last Monday. Let me see if I can cue this up, okay? Cuz very the angry lady, baby, she had a
Oh
lot to say after court on the
yeah.
16th, okay? Ma'am is mad, ma'am is pissed, and she had a lot to say. So we're gonna get into it. And shouts out to our good sis in the chat, Shay. Let me tell you something. Sonya is really back here working hard. Sis is back on overtime again. I wonder, I don't I get the sense and the feeling she doesn't really want to be with Nesto anymore. What do you think? Because it seems so dry, Nyla. It seems it's not like it used to be. If you go back, even just a couple of days ago, it could have been yesterday, we went back and looked at a video when Sonya first started visiting Nesto in November of 22. And
Mhm.
we looked at the first video and the last video for about 5 minutes apiece. The effort, like, I don't want to say effervescence. I wouldn't give
No,
her
it's
all
her
that,
energy.
but
It's her
she
energy.
had a joy. She had a joy. She was happy. She seemed horny. She was excited to see her boo. Now she's tired. She doesn't seem as interested. It's not giving. Tell me what you think.
So I don't think it's like you said, it's not giving anymore. It's not exciting anymore. Women like Sonya, in my opinion, the excitement is it's someone else's husband. In her mind, this was as high profile as it gets. She was in the mix. There was a lot of chatter and stuff like that about it. And I really do believe I've always said this, and I maintain this. Sonya thought that she was going to end up on the next installment of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I
Girl.
believe she had reality show dreams.
Mhm.
She felt like she was a part of something really, really big. And now she recognizes that basically she's got an old inmate that's washed up, a has been, that has no income, no social capital,
Mhm.
nothing. And so there's nothing for her to benefit from. If Shirley wanted him, or if she thought that he wanted Shirley, that's what, and actually, if she thought that he wanted Shirley, she would be interested. It's not
That would make
exciting.
her want him more because
That
she
would make
she
him
likes
want.
a ninja who's attached.
But now that she knows that he does not, he needs that he needs her. Nobody else is coming for him. Because if you think about it, she helped to kind of remove all of his support or make him feel like I'm the only person that you have. I'm the only person that's in your corner. And now that she got exactly what she wanted, like most narcissists, now she's gonna want to discard him. And
Yeah.
with good reason, because if you look at the whole thing, at any moment, if Sonya said, as a woman, especially because the case is so trash, at any moment, if she said, you know what, they were right. He's a bad man. I was manipulated. Even if it's not sincere, it's going to, it's gonna give her a way out. And if
Mhm.
she were smart and wanted to redeem herself in public, Sonya, if you're smart, you basically should concede. If you conceded that you were with this man and you shouldn't have been, you were a victim of his wiles, then people would receive you a lot better.
She was a victim of that sausage and that liquid V
That
and
liquid
that leather
feedback.
mask.
Yes.
She was into it.
Yes.
Um, I do agree because Nesto was operating off of social capital. He was leveraging his wife's circle of influence because even though Shirley was not on the forefront, she worked. She works at a top show with a
Hmm.
top performer and or top talent, and she has a degree of influence. She does. And she's also top in her trade. As far as the radio industry, you talk to other radio people, they know Shirley Strawberry, period. It's like, wow, she's a legend in our industry. She
Yes.
might not be a legend to everybody, but in radio, sis been around for a minute and she's done quite well.
She's got
Um,
the social capital. She's up there in the hierarchy.
Absolutely, absolutely, and deservedly so. So yeah, feel like we covered everything. Those were the main points. It really didn't last very long. How long do you think it was? About 20 minutes?
If that. I think we waited longer
Oh my god.
than it took. It was really quick. And I just want to, like, the sigh of relief. It literally, like, she even got like 5 years younger while we were
She
watching.
she's been
Like,
getting her rest. She's been drinking her water and exercising. She looks amazing.
and
Yeah.
we'll talk just really briefly about, I just saw a comment and I literally, it was on the tip of my tongue. We had talked about destiny swapping briefly on my channel before, and I believe it was Tanya B that just said this. Now, Sonya looks 75 and Shirley looks 55. You talk about reverse Uno, there it is right there. Reverse Uno on somebody. Swapping. You know what I'm saying? Shirley appears more youthful, more
Mhm.
energized. She's more
Yes.
attractive now than she's ever been. Shirley has abs. She looks young, she looks
Girl,
fresh.
sis wears a cut. She wears a, what do you call it?
Midriff
A
tops, and
midriff top and looks
she
cute.
yes, and Sonya looks 93. Sonya looks like she is about to go on hospice care. It's bad.
Yeah, it's giving wasting. Any of you guys who have seen the final stages, it's giving wasting. It's giving no calcium, no magnesium, no vitamin C, no outside, no D. It's giving it's giving wasting, really.
Yeah,
It
she needs
looks
some
like
IV
she is
therapy.
wasting, and she really needs to eat some very high calorie rich type meals because it looks like she's lacking a lot. I don't
She
know,
needs
but
some avocado,
that's
she
her
needs
problem, girl.
Atlantic
Yes.
salmon, some avocados, like, girl, you need all that.
Yes. You know how they say, and papaya, anything that is shaped like the womb,
Yep.
That's what my doctor told me when we were working on trying to conceive. Um, the
Papaya,
doctor said anything that is shaped like a womb and has a nut in it that looks womb like an avocado. Papaya doesn't have that, but it's got the shape. Mangoes,
mm-hmm.
just a bunch of different stuff. Almonds, all of those things that are high in E, and all of the things really help your lady region. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to this call real quick. Do you
Yeah.
want to? Okay,
Absolutely.
I reduced it so I could watch your reaction because if you hadn't heard this, baby. Okay, hold on one second. We're gonna the people. I feel like Doug. I feel in a way that it was done purposefully, but that's okay because we got something for them.
Your
Okay.
current
Yes,
balance
we
is
do.
$10.72.
Can y'all hear okay?
This
Can everybody
call is
give me a
from a
one?
correction facility and is subject to monitoring and
Can you hear okay,
recording.
Nyla?
Thank you for using Global
Okay.
Telink. Hold on. Hold on. They're not allowed to play music on YouTube.
Okay. Did you just hear her say with her slick ass? They're not allowed to play music on YouTube. So what does she do? Girl, she puts on some oldies and nobody cares. Ain't nobody
Nobody
care.
cares. And
Nobody
honestly,
cares, sis.
we can remove the music if we want to. Like she's so like we can remove the music and still keep her voice. Girl.
Also, on top of that, if the music is not featured, we'll just make sure to make frequent stops. We're gonna talk about that. This is about a 20-some minute video. It's gonna be an hour. I'm sure we'll
Right.
find plenty to talk about. So
Indeed.
nobody cares, Sonya. Don't worry about this is what I would like for Sonya to do. Stop worrying about what we do. Work, pay attention to your man, sis. Guess what? You just gained 200 pounds because Shirley's husband is now yours. You can have him. Okay.
He's
All
all
right,
yours.
guys. This is September 16th. In case you did not know, this call is from September 16th. It was the time was roughly 20:03. So what is that? Is that 8 o'clock? That's 8 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put it on a message down below so you guys will know if anyone's coming in late. But this call is from September 16th, the day that tight suit wearing Roberto and the ops and Nesto and Boneytail thought that they were going to drag the YouTube streets. Okay, let's get into it.
Your current balance is $10.72. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Telink. Hold on. Hold on. They're not allowed to play music on YouTube.
She's so vindictive.
That's why you just be thinking I'll be in the house jamming. But it don't be that. Okay. Anyway.
Do you imagine being so concerned about what other people are doing?
Absolutely not.
Tito Jackson died.
Tito Jackson died.
Tito Jackson died.
Yeah. I saw that.
Oh, you could sing something for me. I didn't see it. Somebody called and told me. I forget who. I think Yvette told me. But hold on. Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I
didn't know he was 70.
So I can write you. There's some things I want to tell you. But I'm going to put it in a right because I'm not going to put it out there for them to get and put out there, the YouTubers or whatever. It's not their business. So I'm going to just put it on paper. It's a one-time conversation anyway. You get me? And I'm going to just put it out there to you so you know. The conversation that I had after you left the room. You get me?
Right.
Because I feel like things were missed and other point of views. But again, the good thing was the judge told him he could revisit and file and say what you really need him to see because he couldn't really see. But my only thing was, and I like your judge, I just felt like no harm would have came if he went on ahead and did it anyway. Just do it. You know, put the gag order up.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there real quick. So she said she didn't see anything wrong if the judge would have just done it anyway. So she doesn't understand that that would have been infringing upon our citizen rights, our accessibility, that she was going to try to stop the DA's office. So if let's just say a new witness came around, if they have a gag order and the DA's office cannot talk to anybody, that would impede the free flow of discussing in additional settings if they're continuing an investigation.
Correct.
So she thinks that the judge, she's so stupid. Like,
dumb. She's dumb. There is no excuse. So let's just infringe upon everybody's right. Thank you. Exactly.
So basically violate the Constitution, violate everybody's rights because you want Shackles to have free reign to do what he wants to do and no one else can do anything.
Yep.
Crazy, right? Okay, let's keep going.
Your current balance
God.
is $10. I can write you. There's something I want to tell you.
She's going to write.
But I'm going to put it in a right because I'm not going to.
She's going to put it in a right, not a letter. She's going to put it in a right.
To get and put out there, you know, the YouTubers or whatever. It's not their business. So I'm going to just put it on paper. It's a one-time conversation anyway. You get me? And I'm going to just put it out there to you so you know. The conversation that I had after you left the room. You get me?
Right.
Because I feel like things were missed and other point of views. You know. But again, the good thing was the judge told him he could revisit and file and you know, say what you really need him to see because he couldn't really see. But my only thing was, and I like your judge, I just felt like no harm would have came if he went on ahead and did it anyway. Just do it. You know, put the gag order up until after the trial is over, the court hearing is over, and then, you know, people want to talk, let them talk, you know, but it shouldn't be conversated on because right now it's at like almost 2 million views overall, and all of those views, except for with the exception of Sylvia and maybe one or two other people, they're all negative. You know, they're negative channels. They're, you know, trying to say, oh, he did it, or, you know, and he's this and he's that. And then you got all people like, for real? Yeah, because they're not really thinking. They just believing, you know. Yeah, a lot of people that are just sheep and they just follow the herd.
So her thought is everybody is sheeps on the YouTube street and there's a few, I guess, shepherds. Mm-hmm. And we are, it's all negative. What do you say to that, Nyla?
You know, I am one of those people that a lot of times I'm usually on the outside of the majority, but when it comes to things that most people are principled in, most of us are aligned with core things. And I think that most people who have been present for the NESTO saga are pretty much in alignment. So to say that we're negative because we see through it is just childish and just dumb. I also she did say something too that was significant to me, where she says, I feel like the judge missed some things. Let me explain something to you, honey. The judge didn't miss anything. The thing, you major in minors. The judge does not. If he missed it, it's because it's only relevant to you.
Right.
You know, it's just, the judge didn't miss shit. Excuse my French. It's, you just don't know. Like, seriously.
What happened is that when Roberto presented his case, the judge didn't miss anything. Roberto failed to provide information to support such an action. and there would be no action great enough to support violating people's constitutional rights, violating the district attorney's right to be able to investigate and present a case, and I'm sure other things. But on top of everything, what supersedes that, since Nesto loves that word so much, is the fact that it is our right to be able to witness these proceedings. And Roberto failed to bring what needed to be brought, and thought that name dropping some bloggers was going to hit it. But really and truly, they're the ones who've been doing mostly everything. Hopefully it's going to go back to where we were at. Okay, let's. Okay, there we go.
And that's the problem with this world. More sheep. You know?
Sheeple.
And they just follow the herd, follow the herd. So, and then especially the guy that was in the courtroom, he's the main one that be on there with the mess, talking more shit, you know, dragging you, dragging me.
I think he's talking about Dennis. I think he was talking about Dennis.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you she cracked on Dennis said the lady he was with, I'm not even going to repeat her name, because she has nothing to do with it. She doesn't have a channel focusing on any of this stuff. But basically, Dennis put his name and another lady's name on the paper, basically because she was going to be with him, helping him out, right? I think SONYA is so weird. Maybe they got that lady's name off the paper, but I think she's just ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. She doesn't care. She's trying to do anything to get that man out of jail, and it has nothing to do with us.
Nothing.
There's nothing. He doesn't have. He asked for a statement of particulars, which he's not going to get. He's asking for all kinds of clues and breadcrumbs to be able to formulate some sort of a defense that spans damn near 2 decades. The guy is, I'm ready to hear the evidence. I'm ready to hear it presented. I'm not from, like, my standpoint on Nesto is I'm open for the trial. You never know what's going to happen, right? But I do think that they're focused on the wrong things, which makes me concerned that the trial is going to be a mess. And if the trial is a mess, what does that equate to? Especially with a public defender, it equals jail time. Yeah. Okay, that's what the statistics say. There's more people in jail with a public defender as a lawyer, and or more jail time than people with paid lawyers. Also, they need to be focusing their time and energy not on the YouTube streets. I mean, we weren't there for any of the crimes. We can't help solve any of it.
That's the part that to me diminished his value as an attorney. I mean, you go to law school. I'll just start at the beginning. You go to undergrad, you go to grad school, you do all of this, you sit and successfully complete the bar. And sorry, I dropped the water bottle.
You're fine.
And you get in front of a judge where you're supposed to be defending someone in a RICO situation, and you bring up bloggers. Mm-hmm. You like it. I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah, there was I don't know if you guys, when the Idaho thing happened, there was a blogger on TikTok who was drawing a line from a professor at a university to Koberger, and she was on she was doing a lot. She was very wrong. People called her, I think the subject of her focus contacted her repeatedly. She would not stop. That lady is now has some issues, because her theory was disproven. Like, it was thrown out completely. And she was asked to please cease and desist, all of those things. That would be a situation. Nobody's bothering anybody. Nobody is pointing the finger at people. Nobody's been accusing anyone of anything. Nesto stands accused. Nesto has an indictment. Nobody is digging around, fishing. I don't know who's doing private investigations outside of the ops who works for Nesto's team. I get all my information from the system, from reading and doing my own research and due diligence. Okay, that's it. That's all. And all of it, I'm sure, can be tracked back through my FOIA requests, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, and what about you, Nyla? Is that your similar
Very much.
way of
Very much so.
doing
Yeah.
the footwork,
You
the
have
footwork
to.
in the clouds?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, let's keep going.
And trying to act like he's a journalist or this and or he's a media. No, you're not. You're messy as fuck. You know, messy as fuck.
Well, Messi got Dennis on TMZ. He got the shot that got posted on TMZ with Jennifer and CG. A couple nights ago, I was in bed with my husband and I was watching Court TV, Vinny Napolitan. And next thing I know, they're
There's
like,
many.
I was like, babe, that's Dennis. That's Mr. Dennis from the YouTube streets. He was like, that's the Dennis that y'all always, that is on YouTube, whatever. And I'm just like, yes, that's him right there. Look at Dennis doing an interview. And I immediately was like, okay, Dennis on Court TV. Dennis can be messy, and you could say he's messy all you want, but Dennis has a job to do out here. And maybe you don't respect it, but you don't have to. Nobody cares. No one cares if you don't respect it. Dennis is known. People are
And there's
calling
a
him
such
and he's
thing.
showing up on our screens. Say
Right.
it
There's
again,
a such
Nyla.
thing as messy media. There is messy media.
How
So
did TMZ get their start?
thank you.
TMZ is the messiest. Okay. How many times did Kanye try to karate chop TMZ paparazzi?
Man.
Okay. Too many to count. All right,
Yep.
let's keep going.
So, not a problem. I see what we're working with. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all bad. But I see what they're trying to do with the state, with all of the crap they brought up today. How you feel?
Tired. Thank you for the yeah, it's just really cold in there.
It was cold.
He said it was cold in there. He's tired. Just notice in this call, NESTO is not going to say much. And you know what? I don't think anyone's really, SONYA is diminishing and trying to discredit Dennis. We all know that Dennis brings to the table, and Dennis, nobody, that's the one thing I can say about this community for, I would say 99.9% of the time, because we still do have people like Sonya's in the midst. For the most part, no one's trying to discredit anybody from what they're doing. I think there's a certain amount of respect for everyone and how they do it. And it's cool with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You do your things your way. Nyla does how she does. I do how I do. PCFP does how they do. And nobody really stands up on some sort of high horse to try to drag somebody for how they do it. The fact that she thinks that she has a benchmark to diminish how people collect their coins, sis, show us you collecting a bag. That's what I would like to see. Can you go collect a bag and let us watch? Go ahead, Nyla.
Remember, she was trying to brand her channel as We Black News.
Girl.
Were you not trying to perpetuate media, ma'am? So you know what I mean? Like it just, she's
WBLK News or something.
Mm-hmm. Or Waller Black News, whatever that was, something like that. So girl,
she's lazy. People don't realize this is a grind. Even though it's so much fun talking to Nyla, it's fun going live. There's a lot of work just doing this at this moment. There's work researching. There's work even to be a little bit knowledgeable. You may not know everything when you hit the go live button. You might still be doing research as everybody's coming in the room. You're trying to get information. You're trying to pull documents. You're trying to tell a story. You're trying to make it interesting. There's a lot that we do. Mm-hmm. And people think that this is just some sort of a nothing better to do type of endeavor.
I do think that we make it look easy, like we're just turning on a live stream and we're just talking. No, like last night I was up reading for 2.5 hours straight documents. I was editing stuff for another project and all this kind of stuff. It's like and sometimes it takes months of preparation to present something else. You know what I mean? It's a lot to do. And it's just, I don't like the diminishing stuff. I don't like it at all.
How many computers do you use? Just you?
3.
Okay. I have 3 too. I have 3 computers and an iPad and using 2 phones. I always seem to have some sort of a device in my hand just because of the amounts of audio, video, pictures, calling people back, people reaching out, having to write back notes. Like, the reason why people in 6 figures need assistance and things like that, even people who are not necessarily doing commentary and news and things like that, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. And she thinks that she's got it all figured out because she is friends with somebody who is low potential, low earning, and I don't know, on the outs. And I guess because of how she is, oh, did I say something bad? I mean, it's just the truth. Okay. Oh, no, you did not. Okay, yes, because yes. Look, girl, we have okay. Look, I said, look, I'm in the, my profession. I evaluate people. That's part of my job. My original career in HR is talent assessment, and is assessing people's skills, skill level, what they bring to the table. And yes, I said it. I did say it. Okay, let's get back to the video. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Okay, look at me. Look at me talking too much. Uh-oh.
I can't handle that cold like that. Not sitting
It was
still.
cold where they
You look
hold
cute in
at
your
both of them.
glasses.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And sit down. The whole process.
I'm having a hard time
It was
hearing.
cold to you inside the car.
Okay.
What?
Oh my God, something's wrong. No, it's not.
Yes,
The
it was.
courtroom was comfortable, and I usually really.
All right then.
You need to have them test your blood up. You might be anemic at this point.
Yeah.
He's
You might
old.
be anemic.
Yeah.
You might be anemic, but
We're all cold at this age.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah.
He's not getting any green
So did that
vegetables.
tag you to put street clothes on only to take them back off? Because sometimes I was thinking like that might be some type of mental thing too. Because it's like it gives you a sense of normalcy, but then you go right back to that bullshit.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I definitely do. I really appreciate
How the
it.
pants, the length on the pants, I couldn't see. Did they
Everything went.
So those are 32s. Who's trying to do 30? I'm like, he is not a 30. He is taller than that.
No, just right.
So apparently Sonya furnished Nesto's outfit that he wore to court, because you're going to hear this part. But if you're just coming in, this is the call right after Nesto left court on the 16th. Sonya is angry, so you'll have to rewind back for that. But he's also saying that he was cold. How was court? He said he was cold the whole time. And then she starts asking him about his clothes. I think she must have picked out his clothes and sent clothes for him and cologne and things like that. So let's go back, and I'm going to not interrupt. But just so you can get the gist, she's going to start asking him a bunch of questions about his outfit, and he's going to be like, it's good. It was good. It was great. Thank you. Like, he probably said thank you 5 times.
Yeah, 34, 32. Okay. I just gotta see how I get them back, because she said y'all took them off downstairs.
Yeah, I gave it to the police officer, and the police supposed to give it to. Yeah.
I don't think I'm trying to steal your shit.
No.
How'd you like your shoes?
I'm straight. I was straight. Thank you. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't trying to talk too much.
I know. That's fine. I mean, they had you all.
Sonya, he might not have wanted everybody to know that you sent him clothes for court. What do you think? I mean, Sonya, you're not the girlfriend. You're the mistress, honey.
She's so low brained. Like, it's completely obvious he did not want that, and he knows that we're going to drag it.
Right.
He knows.
Sonya sent him some shoes and some clothes, and I think cologne. Someone said cologne. I think so, because she said at least you smelled normal or something like that. Let's listen, and then we'll, because he's just like, it was straight. It was straight. Like, how many times do you want me to say thank you? Like, she got a chance for the first time to do like girlfriend type stuff, and I guess she's feeling herself.
All up on the camera anyway, so we ain't worried about that shit. I just, cause I ain't never shopped for you, so I just wanted to make sure
She said, I never
everything
shopped
was
for
okay.
you.
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good. Thank you so very much.
I mean, I wasn't trying to go too expensive because I know once everything is over, you're gonna want to throw that shit in the trash. I wasn't trying to go too.
I get that. Hey, listen, I have nothing to complain about. I have not worn no real clothes in 2.5 years. So, guess what? I am grateful. So, that's basically what I'm saying.
He gave me your message. He gave me your message.
What you say?
Joe gave me your message.
Joe. Now it's Joe.
So I could say
Joe,
something about it.
Doug.
I already put it out there in court. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he gave me a message. Make sure you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it's just best for me, just like I said, continue to just keep my mouth shut. That's it. Just be quiet. Yep.
Take the help, Sonya. Be
Right.
quiet.
Yeah.
Well, we could talk about the weather.
Yeah. Well.
We could talk about the weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
So Sherry right here is saying he's over her. It's so dry. It's so dry. And I mean, even people that you love you, sometimes there's dry moments where it's like, okay, babe, I gotta go. Or
Right.
I'll see you when you get to the house because maybe you're in the middle of something, something's going on. Doesn't mean you don't care about that person. But she never wants to take the clues or the cues. Why not? Like, I'm not trying to help her or anything, but let's just talk outside of her. If you're trying to make conversation, oh, you know what? I went to go visit that RV park again. I mean, they have nothing because Sonya has been so consumed about talking about his case and talking about his business for so long. I don't think she even knows how to talk about hers anymore because even when she talked about her business, it was always on some I'm starting a club, I'm doing, and that was all lies or just fantasy fiction. Um, what do you think? I mean, it's crazy, right?
It's quite obvious. He knows that this woman isn't serving him in any way, but the wrong way. They've obviously been told to stop communicating as much information on these calls. He's trying to adhere to it. He's trying to figure out how come she doesn't get the bigger picture. Like I was saying, she's not taking the help. He keeps saying, I'm just really not trying to say too much. And she just keeps talking. Like, I
So
mean, it's
just
gotta be
yeah.
irritating. He's irritated as well, is tired of her.
Right. It's like, why don't you talk about something else? Do y'all think Nesto cleaned up for Shirley today? Did you think he looked cleaner or more spiffy than typical?
I
Maybe he
could
got a little
not
haircut.
see past the orange jumpsuit. I just see a dirty inmate.
I would have to gauge the last video that we saw to see. I can't really remember what he was doing, but I mean, look, he's a man. He's a grown man, and you're going to sit for court. He should have done that for himself. You know what I mean? But did he do it because Shirley's going to see him? That would be the right manly, gentlemanly thing to do, even if you don't give a fuck anymore, to show up on scene and drop your nuts. I don't think he even did that. He didn't come out with like a swagger about him. He came defeated.
Defeated.
Yeah, he definitely came defeated. He didn't have any kind of swagger. There was no kind of big dick energy coming through the screen. It was all
No,
just kind of like, I'm fucked up over here. Please come get me.
it was definitely shriveled dick energy.
Yeah, it was bad. It was very bad. Sonya needs to stop getting YouTube rules from a girl, from someone who's
Demonetized.
who's okay, some low potential. Okay. She is mad because she and Nesto are used to talking fast and getting over. She can't do that now, and it's problematic for her and Nesto. Game over. Thank you, Irie. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Let's see, Mixtress Monica. I know she's not calling us negative. Have she heard herself talk? Baby. Awful. She's awful. He used some of Diddy's baby oil to slick his hair. Yesterday I was getting creative with punishments and said that Nesto needs to, one of his punishments could be 25 years freak off coordinator. What do you think?
I can't.
25 years
can't.
organizing invitations, making
Organizing.
sure all of the oils and
Making
lubricants,
sure
everything
the
is on deck.
inventory is up and all. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
participating, he'd have to actually full participation, all of the things. Thank you for all the
Catalog
milestones,
the
guys.
videos. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Filming all the things. Glad to catch this live with you. And Nyla, yes, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Okay, let's keep going. So right now it's a dry spell in the call. They just, oh, I love when you do that, Nyla. I love that. I don't know why it doesn't.
He said
I don't think that works for me.
Your attorney say he's going to refile.
Let me try.
And he doesn't have to show up for court. It doesn't have to be a court hearing for a motion to be heard in an order.
No, I'm on HP.
He's saying,
oh, it would work because if I did thumbs up on yes, okay.
Month or two.
Yes.
So, that's
yeah,
fine.
get closer. Okay.
Everything can be done written. You know, he told him what he needed to do. And he just got to
okay, I'm gonna have to switch computers.
Into evidence.
What does that do?
What he's talking about.
The fireworks.
Would you stop?
Okay.
Wait, let me rewind it back a little bit.
A couple people called me and was like, "Ooh, they put them women real name out there."
Okay, this is our part when they talk about us.
Real
Hold on.
name jobs. It doesn't have to be a court hearing in order for the motion to be heard and an order put out. Because he's saying the judge said he was going to be in trial.
Okay. When all else fails, go back to talking about the case, right? Okay, here we go. Let me go back to
right. Yeah. Well, we could talk about the weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Talk about the weapon.
Yeah.
So right now they're talking about not having anything to talk about.
That's all. For now. I mean, like I said, he said he's going, like your attorney said, he's going to refile.
So she said, she says the attorney said he's going to refile. I wonder who he's going to try to gag.
He doesn't have to show up for court. It doesn't have to be a court hearing in order for the motion to be heard and an order put out. Because he's saying the judge said he was going to be in trial for next month or two. So that's fine. Everything can be done written. You know, he told him what he needed to do, and he just got to put some videos into evidence and of what he's talking about.
So she thinks. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Babe. I'm so sorry. She's trying to have a different case. She wants him to build a case against bloggers instead of defending the case that he's currently in. That you see what I'm saying? She wants the attorney to open an investigation on the bloggers basically and build a case against us. I don't think she's paying him to build a case against us.
She's stupid. Even if she's not building, so she's building a case. She's diverting the attorney's attention away from Nesto's case by this whole sidebar thing that's going on that she really doesn't have to pay attention to.
Yep.
She's a nut job. But let her keep doing that, and she's going to be, I don't know where people go to jail in Georgia, like where facilities, but she going to find out. She going to find out because I'll never know. You're going to know before I know, Miss Sonya. Right. Okay. She's wasting precious time. The grudge is definitely very real. Okay, let's keep going. He's not saying a word.
Like, they put them women real name out there. Yeah, they sure did. Real name jobs. The women who went to the divorce hearing and lied and act like they were media when they weren't. The main ones that be out here talking the most shit.
Okay.
All the names in court are the main ones that talk the most shit. That get the most, that does the most lying, that does the most harm, that have no type of. And the one girl, Nyla, was the one that used to always be talking about Jesus and, all of that crap. And I
Amen.
say crap not to talk about your religion, but crap meaning how she moves and how she acts, and then she try to follow up by trying to act like she's of church.
When
But
do I do that?
society.
So the atheist, the non-practitioner, the non-believer is judging you.
The
Like,
person who openly says that they're not saved.
okay, like it's okay. She wants a war against you know what? And nobody's reporting to that stupid party. There, you know what I mean? I'm not going to that party. I'm not going anywhere where Sonya is in charge. And Sonya can be in charge of the blogger hate train. I'm not I'm not responsible for anything this woman says. I don't care about anything she says. I don't subscribe to any of it. Um, her saying my name is just silly. Her saying your name, Nyla, it was just kind of like, you're obsessed.
Yeah.
You're obsessed.
Yeah, and we
She's
didn't
still
lie
mad.
about being media. We are media, which is why Shirley's attorney said being here as a media observant is not an issue.
If she can call herself, what is it, a third Caucasian, I can call myself whatever I want. I identify
Right.
media. Okay. If you identify 1/3 Caucasian, I identify 100% social media. Okay. On this damn thing. Okay.
Right. If she
Someone
can
says they
be white.
rebuked the scooter.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, which is good. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's
This
good
sounds
and
like two
bad.
special
Not all
folk.
bad,
Girl. Mess.
you know, because it wasn't a total, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a total, this is it. It was come back and I'll listen some more. You get me?
You
And
get me?
that was better than anything. Come back. And the thing that was crazy to me was, why would the state even have an objection to that? You get me? Because everybody was talking negative. Now, if everybody was on board and saying, oh, well, I don't think he did it. I think there's some bullshit. They'd be like, oh, gag it. You get me? But because the narrative was so negative and in favor of what
So she thinks that if the read were more favorable to the state and people were convinced that he didn't do it, that's when the state would shut down the conversation. How many times a day do people go into YSL and say, it's a mistrial?
All
We
day.
need to recuse the judge. You need to step down. They have opposition all day, every day, and nobody has stopped anything. And those people do interviews. Are you kidding me? But Nesto is special. He needs to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Out of here. There's opposition everywhere. You have to be able to stand 10 toes. And if Tight Suit can't stand 10 toes, he's not going to get it by bothering some mom bloggers or some, like, no, sorry.
they're trying to do. They want to let all this bullshit ride. Because everything those women are doing is an interference in the case.
We're interfering. How are we interfering with the case?
I don't know how we can interfere with the case.
But her bestie goes into Judge Dunaway's court. What was it, like 2 months ago? Sat her behind down and had to be asked to leave because she has a standing restraining order against somebody. Like, the people who support Nesto are being asked to leave courtrooms because they've got restraining orders. I don't have any such devices against me. I don't infringe on people to where they feel like they must get the laws involved and restrict me from living my life how I want to live it. That's number one. Number two, that same lady has been arrested at every single damn trial. She got arrested at YSL. She got arrested at R. Kelly. I wonder if she's going to go cover Diddy. I feel like is that going to be her next? Is she going to go try and be friends with Janice?
I mean,
Diddy the Combs is in them.
Man. He's a black man that's being railroaded by an unfair, unjust system. Not my words. Okay. This is what, per the text messages of Boney Tail. And like, I'm just saying.
Sis might be getting ready to run up to New York and try and see if she can get it in. I am here for the inmate rights. I can see behind the case, and this is not a RICO. I believe you. I support you. This is not a Mr. Combs.
Because in a RICO, you have to have, like, she keeps
You
going
have to
by
have a
the,
co-defendant.
and like,
Yeah.
okay, girl, it's
Have a
civil.
seat. Right.
civil.
It's civil. It's civil. Absolutely. Okay. Let's keep going.
I can't
So-
believe you were cold.
What you say?
I can't believe you were cold.
Yeah.
I think you're anemic. Try to get a doctor's visit and have them check your blood. I think you're anemic.
Why is she trying to act like she's a girlfriend?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
You want to go to sleep?
What you say?
He's not even paying attention to her now.
Yeah, I'm trying to lay down now. I got to cool off. Yeah, I got to cool off.
I know, but don't worry.
Yeah.
I got you.
Not going on.
I got you.
Not going on. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Not going on. Okay. Thank you very much again. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
Girl, do you hear him trying to get off the phone?
Mm-hmm.
He's not interested.
So look, on a weird note, I don't know if I had told you about that story about that he's a dentist for kids, pediatrician dentist or pediatrician. I don't know what you call it, a dentist that deals with just children, right?
A pediatric orthodontist.
And it's Fulton, but it's federal, right?
I guess the guy with all the child pornography and stuff. I'm not sure.
After they
Oh,
check
that's what you're
the
talking about.
child pornography stuff, right? He had 1,200 and some change images of child pornography. He was blackmailing people with videos and doing some other stuff, right? His bond was
He was trying to write your
$100,000.
right.
$100,000 over 1,200 images. This is in Fulton, but it's federal. It's still pornography stuff, right?
I had to run it back a little bit.
He had 1,200 and some change images of child pornography. He was blackmailing people with videos and doing some other stuff, right? His bond was $100,000. $100,000 over 1,200 images. This is
She said it like 3 times.
Still Fulton. He took a plea deal or whatever, but he's supposed to get sentenced in November. I gotta kind of follow what's going on with all of that. But to say, my issue with when she sat there and allowed them to give you an $800,000 bond on 4 alleged pictures that they claimed that they could barely see, and didn't put the actual dates of the device or anything of the downloads to give any absolute evidence, and I think they did that because they know it's.
Are you saging the internet? Are you Palo Santoing?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes. SONYA sometimes just does that for me. Like I am. Sorry.
No, you're fine. In the evenings when my husband comes home, sometimes I'll randomly smell the smell, and he's walking around with the damn stick. And I'm like, what is he's like, I'm clearing the air.
Yeah, like
girl.
She just,
I don't even do it, but my husband's into it. He's like, I'm clearing the air.
I promise.
Okay, so she's some bad juju came through.
It's something about her energy that is just so you know what I mean? She's just like dirty.
She's negative, and she talked like, and he said he didn't need to have emotion, and it could happen.
Right.
Just she's so angry
and weird
and strange. Girl, get some D. Get some D in your life. You'll feel so much better. I'm telling you.
Not just any D. Not just any D.
Being celibate in your 50s, baby, unless that's your choice. If that's your choice and you are, sis, remember, I'm still not talking to you. I'm talking about SONYA. Sonya, you need some. You've lived a lifetime of sausage in your life, and you need stop. Don't deprive yourself because of Nesto. You need to handle your businesses because you're very much rude and undersexed. Like a lady like you can't just cut yourself off. You're addicted. She's very
And after
toxic.
once you get around 50, don't we just kind of like heat up a little bit? So I can't even imagine being with some incarcerated inmate that needs liquid Viagra. Like you can't even
Girl,
like.
he's a whole incel, involuntarily celibate. You know he mad. That whole clique is mad. Everybody gives involuntarily celibate over there at the scheme team from top to the bottom. Scheme team
Oh
gives I can't get none. Okay. They are all giving I can't get none. Okay. Miss Piggy Braxton is in the house. Hey sis, how are you?
I love that name.
I know. I love it too. It's her icon is so cute. Who doesn't love Miss Piggy? She's like she is a icon from our younger years. Okay,
OG.
let's keep going. She's definitely OG. Absolutely. All right, we only have like 10 more minutes left. Just
which I doubt it's on here at all at this point. But if it is, you know, it's some bullshit. But again, that's why I was like pissed that she just set your other attorney and just allowed them. Because remember, I knew the bond should have been between 20 and 40,000, and for them to sit there and say $800,000 was worse than a fucking murder, bond.
it's worse than a murder case bond.
No fires, no nothing. You get me? No issues. Period.
Why does she keep saying he has no priors when he's a habitual offender?
I think that she feels like if she says it enough, it'll be true. It's like she knows that we know in court. Didn't they go over his jacket? Did they
It's
not?
like she's trying to cast a spell on us or something. Like, sis, your magic doesn't work here.
No.
Okay? Your magic does not work here.
Do you get us?
Yeah, it's like when Glenda had to tell the Wicked Witch of the West, sis, your magic doesn't work here. Go away. You cannot do that over here. We don't. It doesn't. Your card does not work. Okay.
Right.
She can say it 57 times and then 100 more, and it's still going to be like, sis, why do you keep saying that? That's not true. He is a habitual offender. They're going for intrinsic evidence on his ass.
That type of area. That just was, how they do. Bunch of bullshit. Go take your nap. I was just trying to like you on something. I know you can't respond. Do not respond. But that's a case that was brought to my attention from somebody who sent that to me.
I'm sure it was Bible lady.
The unjust of all the shit that's going on. A lot of people see it, and a lot of people speak out on it. It's not everybody. It's just these people and their pettiness running with the hate.
Okay.
But our pettiness.
Are you being petty and running with the hate? I don't see you doing that. Are you?
I don't.
Sonya's accusing you.
Yeah, I don't understand being petty and running with hate. Like, do you know what he's in there for, ma'am? So, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, being petty and running with hate, I think that could actually be categorized under running with somebody else's husband. Stop.
In some countries, you can probably still go to jail for that. Go to Iraq or a very religiously devout country. Go to some foreign lands, not the United States, and go try and run up on somebody else's husband, see what they do to you.
Honey, I want his bond lowered. I wish they would put him on like a $50,000 bond so that we can watch you pawn your scooter to get him out.
Yeah.
So stop.
I don't know. Do you think she would pawn her scooter?
Probably not.
I feel like she's all talk and no action. I think she wanted major kudos for buying him a pair of pants. But sis, where were you when it came time to come up with all this money? You said that you could come up no problem. I could just get a job to get that. I could get that money really easy. That's just a loan. That's just a loan. I got 800 credit score. My bankruptcy is almost done. I'm gonna get the money. I got you. I got your back.
And he has got to be feeling that shit too. You know what I mean? Like she talked all this money talk. She talked all this affluent. I can just pull a little equity out of my house. I got this. I can do this. I can do that. You know. And she did nothing. She did absolutely nothing. The only thing that she managed to do was go boo boo all the time.
She accepted phone calls and she moved herself. It gave her a reason to move closer to her kids. I wonder if she used him as a reason to move closer to the kids because the kids didn't want her there, and she could use you said that's my Christian voice. Not really. I'm gonna have to do Christian. Hopefully Christian by 5:00. Christian's supposed to be at the jailhouse, y'all. Jennifer's husband, girl. He better report or he's gonna be in trouble. He better
he better report because either way, what's gonna happen is we gonna report. So
he was already violating his travel pass. Okay. He knows good and well he wasn't supposed to be in New Jersey and New York. He was supposed to go from Atlanta to France and Greece and back. Mm-hmm. And he was over there in New York and New Jersey. Okay. So Petty and what else did she say? Following the drama? Petty something
Petty
else.
And following the hate train or following the hate or something.
She's stupid. That's ridiculous. We're just giving our opinion.
Yeah.
They are so dry.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's the third time he said, well, okay, it's time to go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you have flat feet? Or do you have an arch?
No comment.
Oh my God, you can tell me that.
He's not fucking with you, Sonya. She don't get it, but it's gonna be funny to watch her. What I want to see when she calls him tonight. That's what I need to know. Tomorrow's when she calls him tonight on some. They were at your divorce, and the judge said, "Don't show the video." Okay, people know how to tell a story.
Oh yeah,
Nyla is a good storyteller. I could sit and listen to Nyla for hours. Okay.
Same, likewise. Thank you very much. Okay. But I can listen all day, and I do. Sometimes I catch her replays right before bed. I put my AirPod in and I listen.
We don't always need to have the video. I know how to write notes and put something together. Like we know how to do that. Yeah.
So a vocabulary that extends beyond. You get
me? Right. And I don't run around saying that I don't have a memory every 5 minutes too. Like, oh my God, I'm old. I can't think. I don't know. I can't remember. My memory's bad. All of those things. Or if Sylvia didn't watch, which I don't know if she did or not. Sonya definitely wasn't. So Sonya probably didn't get to see unless she is an op somewhere. Like maybe her man told her because the investigator was online. So anyway, okay, let's keep going. We only have like literally 3 more minutes. So Miss Piggy Braxton, thank you. She says, you ladies are amazingly talented and beautiful. Thank you so much. Guys, let me drop some coins on all of you. I haven't been dropping enough coins. Thank you. Let me drop them coins on y'all. Let me see. Let me give you guys this. I think I just blew everyone's ears out, but that is okay. That's on Shirley Strawberry is free. Okay. Shirley is single, official, right?
FNF, honey.
Let me tell you guys something real quick. Nyla, I didn't even tell you. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I think I told you guys I had to go run to the post office, and I had made a call to Fulton County Probate Court. I don't know where everybody had called regarding this marriage license, but I got someone on the phone and I was asking about Jennifer and CG to see if their marriage license was posted in Fulton County. That was nothing there at this time. And I just said, can you check someone else for me? Can you check Shirley Strawberry and Ernest Williams? Girl, and she said we do. So I filled out the form. Even though it's going to be late to the party, some of you may still want to see it. I sent
Yeah.
$20 for the copies because I'm sure someone out there still doesn't believe that they were ever married. And now that we didn't get to show the video, oh my God, I know people are going to be
Yeah.
feeling some type of way, but we'll have all the documentation,
Hey,
including the
now.
marriage license. Yes, including the marriage license and a copy of the certificate. I got it all. I sent my $20. I sent my self-addressed stamp. Okay. It hasn't been a week yet, but I'm thinking maybe I should get it by next week. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just telling you guys. So you guys know when it comes, I will definitely share.
Yay.
Sensible Creations, thank you for 6 months supporting. 504, she can't even sell her organs on the black market because they all have bullet holes. Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she can't be an
504.
organ donor, huh?
I don't think so. But you need a wall over here. You cannot let
A naughty
504.
chair.
Yes, she needs a naughty chair, a dunce cap, or something.
Aw,
There needs to be some.
no.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm just rereading
Don't encourage her.
don't encourage her.
Don't encourage
Nyla.
504. 504, she is that bad kid that look, she is gonna act up every time.
She
She's gonna
keeps us all smiling. We
Yes, she
entertain, sis. We do.
we love our girl a lot.
Yes, she is a doll.
I can't talk about it.
You don't even want to speak on that. That's all right. They're going to use it against you.
I can't speak on nothing.
He can't speak on nothing.
It's like,
Okay.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
I was shocked when that one. He said 1988, 19. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
A lot.
And
That's
then
the reason why
every
he's sitting
4
in there.
years, don't comment, but every 4 years, but you sat down, you was down for 10 years. And within them 10 years, you couldn't do anything because you was locked up. So how do you sit there and try to say the 4-year thing count, but he was locked up for 10 whole years?
He's saying that with the exception of being locked up, every 4 years you can basically count on him being locked up again. Is that not right, Nyla?
You're absolutely correct.
With the exception of the 10 years that he was locked up, that's the only reason why he probably didn't reoffend again, because his trend is committing crimes and about every 4 years he ends up with something.
Yes.
I'm trying to say from 1988 all the way to date, it was a non-stop every 4-year situation. That's crazy. What you want, girl?
Yeah.
You want something?
And he doesn't care.
Need to really wake up, boy. I ain't lying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that Kate. I guess I messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's the 4th or 5th time he said, well, okay.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow.
That's all you can say.
That's all I can say. Yeah.
But you can write me a letter.
Okay.
Put it all in a letter and give it to your lawyer to give it to me. Don't put it in the mail, because I don't know if they look at your mail going in, out, or whatever. But just put it in a letter and give it to your attorney, and I'll get it from them. You get me?
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. All right then. Yeah. Okay. I hit you up. Thank you again. Appreciate your time. What's that about? Yeah, because it ain't right. It ain't right.
I know what you mean, but I know what you can't say. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. My nephew called me today and he asked me to do something for him. I mean, interview him because he's, doing some stuff I'm not going to specifically say. But, he was like, so how you going? And I was like, same old thing with your YouTube. She said, oh, my God, are they still talking about you? They haven't moved on? I'm like, you would think, right? You would think after almost.
Why does she act like her business, like our business is her business? Just because we're like she happens to be in these stories because she won't stop calling.
Right.
But if you would disappear, then it would be like, oh wow, he hasn't talked to Sonya. Make no mistake, and this is just me talking. If Sonya were to drop off the face of the phone calls, I'm cool. I would
We
never bother her. I'm not going to her Instagram. I don't give two shits about what that lady is doing. She keeps reporting to the dance floor. No one told you to sit your ass in the court. You're not his wife. You're not even a girlfriend. What are you buying him pants and underwear? Let the man learn a lesson. Let him show up in his damn jumpsuit. Don't you think, Nyla? Sometimes
Yeah.
people need to learn a lesson.
And then just like, you know how she claims to just, get men and she knows so much about men. And like that part, the suit part or whatever, most men have enough pride that they wouldn't want you to have to dress them. And the fact that, you know what I mean? Like she's just dumb. She's just
It's like
dumb.
Wade showing up to court in the purple suit, the yellow suit, the green
Yeah,
suit, showing up in different suits all the time.
it was not nice.
Um,
It looked like it could fit Steve Harvey. It like, it was wrong.
why does every guy want to have an athletic cut tight suit?
I don't know, but like if you want a jegging outfit, just say so. That's what they
She wants to be girlfriend. She wants to be wife so bad, but he's a bum. He's not. But let her. I don't see him. I think he's really over it. And he might be over it also just because on top of everything, I think he's over himself and his situation. It's probably, I can't speak for men because I don't know, but I would imagine it's hard to feel like a man knowing that you are in a powerless position. What do you think, Nyla? Like the position that he's in really is a bad position. I would imagine from a male point of view that would that would mess with you, right? I
absolutely.
mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like being a woman and watching someone else take care of your kid. You know that that's like 2.5
Right,
seconds. Like, excuse me,
right.
move out the
You
way.
don't go
Like,
somewhere.
I'm the mother. Yeah, can you go somewhere? Absolutely. Like, he's on the outside. And when he gets a chance to get a glimmer of, you know, smelling a sub sandwich or seeing people drink a Pepsi or people like laughing in the hallway or the guards talking about, yeah, we had lasagna last night. Like people are out here living, even if it's something very minimal, just the things that we take for granted, going to buy
Right.
gas and just being free,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, free to have corn hash or not.
Okay. Alfredo. What else does that chick eat? All the bad food that chick eats, no vegetables. Okay.
Yes.
He's probably really going through a hell because it's been over 2 years. I cannot imagine, but he secured his spot. I
I
mean,
would that
everything.
I can't
Go ahead,
imagine
sis.
I can't imagine one night in a cell, let alone 2 years. And then you compound the fact that you're locked up with that's your companion. That's who you have to listen to. Someone who's constantly reminding you of people talking about you on social media. And like like seriously.
Yeah. That's your companion, someone who has put you in a bad position with people who actually, even whether Dre and Dion, and let's say Lamont, even if they're horrible friends and not number one son, whatever, um, that's what he had. He had that support where these people really still cared about him, even though maybe they're not giving up their coins and things. But she has fixed it over the last 2 years. People don't really even deal with him like that.
They don't want it.
Yeah, they don't want it. Thank you, Soul Power, for the support. I appreciate it. She just won't shut up. She won't. Okay. Paid public defender. So he's a public defender. I don't know who gets, I guess he gets paid by the state. She reminds me of the movie The Bad Seed. The Bad Seed would be in her room playing the piano and singing to her dolls while the community be burning down and in distress because of her. A total disconnect. Wow. That's what she does. She comes, she lays her bad seeds, and she just recoils back to her apartment and eats her snacks and takes her naps. Wow. Excellent. Okay, 2 minutes, guys.
Years. They would have moved on and started talking about something else. I said no, but more people have joined in, and it's the pettiness. It's elementary at this point. It's moved from a high school behavior to elementary, where it's just bratty at this point. It just doesn't make any sense.
How do you know if you're not watching?
And
If
I mean, come on, girl. We
if
do talk
Sylvia's
about
not watching, who's watching?
right.
Who's
It's
watching and
elementary at
reporting
this point.
back?
It's moved from a high school behavior to elementary, where it's just bratty
Okay,
at this
I don't
point.
care.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I hit you up. Hit you up, ladies.
Poor Nesto.
He's been trying to
Go
get off
take
the
a
phone
nap
with
and
her
call
for
me
8
tomorrow when
minutes.
you feel better.
I will. Thank you again. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Can you believe it? No, love you very much. None of that. That's over. That's a wrap on that. Um, okay. So yeah, that was on the 16th. Let me anyone coming in late from when we started, that was from the 16th. I wanted to do something because we could not show you. Judge Farmer threatened contempt of court if anybody shows this. And honestly, if it was just Judge Farmer and we didn't have the ops out here, if we didn't have the scheme team out here looking, and I mean, I'm talking about the scheme team at large. I don't even know. We don't know who all the scheme team is, but there are people in the bushes reporting, and that's fine because you won't catch me.
Right.
Nyla, you don't want to go to contempt of court in Fulton County, do you? Do you
No,
want to see Rice Street?
I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I did some reporting on Rice Street, and but as far as going and checking it out full on and trying to meet the guards and talk to people and say, hey, I heard you guys were like bringing chicken pot pies and contraband and stuff in here. I'm here for a short time, not a long time. Do
Right.
you mind? I happen to be in contempt of court for showing a video. Do you mind talking to me?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to like have to like
Mm-mm.
have water in TT time on the same faucet and situation. I don't want to do that.
Do you
I
imagine having to share underwear? I wonder if they give ladies their own
wait,
underwear
what?
because we have different situations. Do you think they give ladies their own underwear, or does it go into the community pile of
What
underwear
do
and
you
you just take
mean?
your size?
Wait a minute. People
What do
they
I
share
mean?
underwear in jail?
I think so. That's what I heard. I
Oh
heard
my
the
God,
men,
are you kidding
you don't
me?
have your own private draws. Yeah, that's what I heard. So ladies, and we have a
Oh
portal. We have like we need hygiene. Nobody wants to wear someone else's drawers. Like,
no.
yeah. Men, it's a little different for them, but I still wouldn't want to hang low in in guy drawers either,
Oh
But do you
no.
imagine as a lady and you
No.
got other ladies there's probably period going on 24/7 in that rip.
Mm-mm.
All those women, there's round the clock periods happening.
No.
And they don't have the good pads or
Mm.
look at Nyla burning her Palo Santo. I'm dying.
No. I'm not. Mm-mm.
Let
No,
me
ma'am.
Google it real quick, but I don't think
Community underwear, and it's for women. That could
county
be so
jail
dangerous.
issued underwear policy. Let me say policy.
Mm-mm.
Okay. According to Google, are you allowed to keep your underwear when you are when you're are you in my experience when you're going to jail, they'll let you keep your underwear if they are white boxers, like so it's a man. A frequent flyer will put on 2 or 3 pair if he knows the cops are coming to his house, because they are expensive if you have to buy a set in commissary. This goes the same for socks. Ew. I'd
I
rather
would
be barefoot.
never wear someone's socks or underwear. Never.
So if you
Oh,
they said if you're a frequent flyer and you know, let's see. Let's just see what it says for Fulton County. I wonder if you get, maybe you can go buy some, but what if you don't have money? Fulton County, Georgia used to issue orange tops, pants, and Fruit of the Loom brand briefs to inmates, but no longer does so. Inmates can purchase underwear and other items from the jail commissary, which is available once a week. So let's say it this way. If you have to wash your drawers, you probably can't put it in like laundry because it'll probably get lost, right? So I would imagine if you have purchased your own, then maybe you have to wash them in your toilet because that's the only water source they have. Look at your face, Nyla. Nyla is so disgusted. Yes,
girl.
hon. I think they either have to probably take it to the bathroom and wash it when they take a shower, or use the sink where you wash your hands, but they may not even have a sink. They might have urinals and toilet seats, or they might just have toilet seats
You know,
and
I'm
showers.
we did do a watch party on Patreon where the girls were in lockup someplace in New Orleans, and
Mhm.
they developed a communication system through the toilet. So they would
Yeah.
call the male jail
Yeah.
to their boyfriends through the toilet. They would like I'm they see that I don't like I mean toilets are necessary. I'm glad that we have them. I love toilets and bidets and all that type of stuff, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to be by toilets.
Right.
Like I don't like them that much.
Hey, Nyla.
No.
Nyla, send me
No.
a kite. I
No.
need 2 sticks of peppermint gum.
No.
Send me a paper clip. I'm going to handle that hoe.
No. I'm not going to talk
Send,
through the toilet.
send me 2 paper clips, a bar of soap, and some ribbon because I want to do my hair. I'll send you 3 soups.
And some honey buns.
Girl, I'll send you honey buns. Send me a ribbon, a scrunchie, 2 paper clips, and if you got some hard candy. Girl, do you imagine? So
No.
needless to say, when he said contempt, I was like, okay, cool. Because I
Mm,
know one thing that could get me off this internet, something that that pisses my husband off. If it pisses my husband off enough, yeah, it might, it could, but I don't do anything like that. If
mm,
if I'm acting out of character, that could get me off the internet. And that would be something that he would expect for not to happen, like
mm.
judges or the police coming to the house. He would be very upset with that.
Can't
That's
imagine.
when it's like, yeah, no, no, that would be a problem. So
Mm,
anyway, okay, what else? So it was a good day.
it was.
Shirley's divorced.
I was
Give
so
me.
happy. I screamed
Mhm.
aloud like it was my
I
like
felt
it was
like I
my
saw you give
event.
a moment of glee. You looked
Yeah.
happy.
I couldn't even
Yeah.
help it. I couldn't even help it. I was so happy for her.
We've been through the trenches with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's come full circle.
So what was better? Nesto being called Mr. Strawberry or Shirley actually being granted her divorce? Give me one. Which one
Oh,
was better? Mr. Strawberry or Miss Strawberry, we're granting you your divorce?
I would go with a divorce, followed
Okay.
by the shackled shuffle.
The Shackle Shuffle. Okay. I was thinking maybe I'm just the only petty one because I'm being petty. Mr. Strawberry did it for me. That made the whole day worth it. The Shackle Shuffle. I felt like I knew, like Shirley really, it was a formality. It was paperwork at this point. So I was happy he showed up. I was happy he was addressed the right way, which is Mr. Strawberry, because you've been doing the most to be
Right.
feminized, and you deserved it. And the
Right.
Shackle Shuffle, that was the best.
The Shackle
That was the
Shuffle.
best. You guys, in the comments, you guys showed out. Thank you for all of the support, all of the wonderful words. You know, me and Nyla, it's fun when we go live. I love it.
I
It's
love it.
so much fun to talk to you guys. Anything else that you want to tell anybody or everybody
No,
from like what we just witnessed?
I just want to say, shout out to Shirley. I
Shout out to
love this
Shirley.
for her. I'm looking forward to vicariously watching her journey through social media or whatever she drops. I hope she writes a book. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for supporting us through. I feel like we're all in this together, though. I really do feel like
Mm-hmm.
we all are. This is literally a team effort with all of it, like watching this. And I really hope that Shirley understands and knows that she has a lot of angels out here that support her from afar with just positive vibes, hope for better tomorrows. And we see her, we love it. And I want to say shout out to all of the grown and bougie vibing
Yes. Period.
intellects. We love you guys so
Absolutely.
very much. Thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime, anytime. Just show up anytime.
Yeah.
My door's always open.
Thank
It was fun. I appreciate like that I can say I'm having an anxiety attack and you're like, "Girl, I'm having one too."
you.
If because I'm like, I'm freaking out and
Girl,
you're
I
like,
was sitting here, I was
"It's
silent
okay.
on my
I
live. I
got
was
the same
silent.
thing."
Like, you can ask the girls, like, I was silent for, like, 10 minutes. Like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, "Okay, I'm trying to get in.
Meanwhile,
Just
I was like,
quiet."
"Nyla, call me back.
Right.
Nyla, hello? Nyla, are you in? Message me, please. Can you tell me? Am I missing anything?"
You
Girl,
were
I
like,
was
"No, I'm not. What's going on? It's happening. What's
I was
happening?"
like, "If I miss this, Bougie Gang will never forgive me."
And then remember when, it happened really quickly when he put us on, and I was like, "When?"
Yes. Yes. That was and they opened the door. It was like the crypt keeper opened up the door and it was like, "Here comes Nesto shuffling." And then Doug, like, why was Doug there?
This is it, y'all.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, why was Doug there? Hey, Doug, I know you're watching.
I know. Hey, I
Bro.
don't even, you know what? I'm not even giving him a hey. I'm gonna be the one. I don't speak to strangers and I definitely don't speak to people I don't like. So I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100. I'm not saying a word. Why was he there? Why are you here? Why were you here and were you there? Like, because you're not a lawyer. Maybe Miss Joy asked him to come because she's the supervising managing attorney over Mr. Roberto.
Right.
Mm.
And where was he at?
I probably trying to earn a check somewhere because I'm sure that public defender check is not hitting on a whole lot.
He's probably
So,
moonlighting at Publix.
girl, or some sort of, I thought you were going to say a pub, probably serving up some beverages somewhere, somebody's Sunday fun day,
Right.
you know, maybe he's a tutor. He's giving tutor.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know who Doug was? Because his name, when you check into Zoom and people clock in their name, first of all, is that a trick question? Okay, let me see who asked that question. How do I know who Doug was? Oh, he was he didn't have his camera on and he was the white man that said Doug and last name. So that's number 1. That's how I knew who Doug was. Um yeah. If you guys watch any of the footage from last week, you'll know who Doug was too. Just
Mm-hmm.
look
Just go.
for someone sitting in the pew. Look, you know
Mm-hmm.
how they call what do they call the first 2 rows at church? Maybe it's the first 3 rows, the seats of the convicted. So,
The
and I
more
don't mean that in a judge, those are the seats of conviction, right? At church. He was right there behind the lawyers. So
Mhm.
that's the man right there. He's not giving somebody who doesn't want to be recognized. If you're going to put your little outfit on and sit right behind the lawyers, people are going to ask who you are. Then on top of that, you show up places and use your good government name like you used our good government name. So,
Right.
so like whatever.
Right.
It's not hard to figure out, y'all. I know they figure that there's some sort of secret leak or something like that. Like these Nesto has low intelligence and Sonya is a low vibrational, low potential type chick. These
Yep.
people are not doing anything that anybody with half a brain can't figure out.
That's right.
And these people who think because they've been law enforcement or they are lawyers, that's wonderful. And I don't run around trying to discredit professionals, but at the end of the day, just understand just because someone isn't practicing or licensed in your profession doesn't mean that they don't possess the skill set
Right.
and the acumen. Okay.
Right.
Nobody needs a leak to get information. All you need is a computer and half a brain and can read. I can read.
Amen.
So yeah, I can read. Thank you so much. You have 1 minute remaining. Okay. All right, Nyla, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for spending 2 hours with me. You're awesome.
It's been awesome.
Thank you.
All
Girl,
righty.
it's the ADHD defense team. Look at that.
That's funny. All right. I'll
Okay,
see you guys
Nyla.
later. Thanks for having me. Mwah. Last of
Okay.
the hearts.
Okay. Take care. Oh, yes. Let's get that heart. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. Bye, sis. See you later. Okay, everybody. Today was such a fun afternoon. I will find out if I can show a still image, but they basically put and like I said, I've been in other situations not having the ops though watching, and I felt like, okay, we could probably be a little flexible, but those people wouldn't love to do anything more than to try to summon someone to come down to Fulton County and not on your life. I can't do it. So anyway, if it shows up elsewhere on the YouTube streets, wonderful. I just, the good news is we'll have all the documents soon. Shirley's lawyer said she would file the documents that were requested today, no later than tomorrow. So I'm sure we will see the final divorce decree very soon. She has to file basically a document, then the judge will issue the final divorce decree and all of those things. So the paperwork will be coming soon. I told you guys that I did reach out to Fulton County Probate Court and I did get a copy. I did request a copy of the marriage document. I don't know what courts were contacted before for that information. I made a phone call the other day. They said it was filed. They said it was there. And we'll be able to take a look at it very soon. So as soon as it shows up, maybe we can figure out as to why nobody could find it before, or maybe they didn't reach out to the probate court. I'm not really sure, but I did. And that was the first time I'd ever called. And like I said, I was actually calling on some Jennifer and Christian stuff, not Shirley and NESTO. And I was like, the girl was so helpful. You know me. I was like, while I got you on the phone, can you answer one more question? And she did. And that was that. Maybe they pulled it since Shirley. I don't know. We'll see. When we get the document, I will show it to you. I will scan it right on in and show you guys. You guys showed out. Thank you for everybody supporting monetarily, subscriptions, milestones. All of you are awesome. Thank you. Everybody watching today who hit the like button, who came, who subscribed, all of those things. I appreciate y'all for all of the support and everything. And Nyla, thank you for coming through and joining us. It was so much fun. And I think that's it. If you guys have anything for me, any questions, anything like that, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to let y'all go and we'll get caught up again either later or tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys. Love you. Let me see if there's any other messages real quick. Oh, you guys are giving me manicure emojis. Okay. All right, guys. Revocation, probation. Look, so was it yesterday's live? Whatever was the last live that I did with some Jennifer and CG, they were in New York and New Jersey. Not that that's a big deal, but I don't think they had a travel pass to go up to New York and New Jersey. I don't know. So we'll just stay tuned on that one. But he's supposed to be back in jail by 5 o'clock today, which is in 8 minutes. He could already be there. You know that I will be sending over to find out, has he been booked in? Do they have a new booking picture? I put out the last booking picture, so I will verify that Christian Walden Gold is back behind bars where he's supposed to be for the next 13 days. That Jennifer's new husband is not home tending to that newly wed putty cat. Okay. That Jennifer, you might want to re-up on your birth control, hun, because when Sir gets out of jail after 13 days, baby, he might let you have it. You don't want to be 50 out here pregnant, honey. Let me tell you something. You guys can kiss all of your little vacations and spur the moment goodbye, okay? And you also might kiss Christian goodbye too, because he seems like the type. He doesn't seem to stick around for the babies, okay? Don't let me get started on those two. But Christian does not seem to stick around for the children. He's got 3 that he has barely nothing to do with. So, Jennifer, I would say keep doing what you've been doing, but yeah, he doesn't have a good track record with the babies. So but he might come for that ass when he gets out of jail. When he gets out, 13 days, no boo-boo, no Jennifer Lauren, my baby. I love you, my wife. Girl, we might hear about a baby. Okay. Baby loading. Oh, she got a hysterectomy? I did not know. Okay, so she's part of the White Pants Club. Okay. I did not know that. So she had bad fibroids and whatever, endometriosis or something. Jen, I'm gonna get you pregnant, baby. Wouldn't that be super? That's super. When she be ranting, he usually busts in and asks, do she need some water? Okay. Do you need some water or something? That's Nesto, right? Are you okay? All she ever asks him is if he's anemic, does he need to go see a doctor? And he asks Sonya, does she need some water or does she need to go lay down and take a snack? Go take a snack. Eat a snack and take a nap. All right, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. This was fun. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Hit me up in the comments and I'll see you guys later. Thanks again, Nyla. Bye. You know what? Let's do this one.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do.